Yo, what is up folks, MTG here with Blue-White Control in Standard, taking a break from the usual kind of Explorer stuff because I'm playing some RCQs this season, and hey, we've got some new Blue-White Control cards, I want to try them out, and this is what I think I'm playing this weekend. So I guess let's start with the new stuff. No More Lies, the big thing to talk about. Blue-White, it's a mana leak, can't attack a spell unless it's control base 3, but also if it's counted this way, exile instead of going to graveyard. Pretty relevant, there's some graveyard shenanigans that kind of we need to watch out for, and so hey, it's nice as part of just being very, very efficient mana-wise anyway. On top of on top of No More Lies, I can't say this without singing in the part, we have a negate, 2 copies of Syncopate, 3 copies of Dissipate. In this format, kind of like some of the games, like you're not playing against aggro, you're going to scale into the late game, and we need some hard counters and some scaling counter spells. Syncopate is nice because you can play it on 2 if need be and it catches things early, but also, hey, you can just sink your mana into it late game, make sure to still be countering things. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Dissipate, hey, look, half our counter spells, well, most of our counter spells exile. Very nice, it's just like a hard no. It mirrors on things you get to exile, things like Memory Deluge, kind of nice, decent that way. Also, another weird thing about Memory Lies, where actually sometimes, normally you don't want to necessarily counter that hand, like card draw. Well, here, like, hey, you actually deny the back half, and that's kind of nice. So, removal. Sweepers first. We've got 2 copies of Temporary Lockdown with another 2 in the sideboard. We then have 3 copies of Sunfall, 1 Farewell, and 1 White Sun Zenith. Something's like fairly standard. There's some like debate about like, hey, maybe you want to be on 4 Temporary Lockdown. I think I'm playing best of 3 ranks with this, and I think 2-2 split is pretty, really solid. As far as Wraths go, Sunfall's really good. Also gives you, hey, like that Incubate token does let you close the game out. Farewell is a catch-all for absolutely everything. I believe I have second on the sideboard. But I don't know if that's exactly symmetrical with what's on paper at the minute. And then White Sun Zenith is one of my favourite cards in the format. It pulls you out of sticky situations, wraps the board, wins the game for you, making the toxic creatures as well. It's just pretty awesome, so I've been a big fan here as well. Actual spot removal, we have 1 copy of March of Otherworldly Light. There's a bunch of different stuff. We have 3 copies of Get Lost, which is like, hey, you know, giving your opponent map tokens. Not necessarily the best, but still just very, very efficient, especially if you like Planeswalkers. There are also some problematic enchantments in the format where we actually like, hey, post-board, we need some answers for these things, otherwise you just lose to them. And we also have 1 copy of Destroy Evil. Creatures with Tunnels for a Greater, there are actually a reasonable amount of, and hey, again, enchantments that we want to get rid of. Alright, cool. Counter spells done, removal spells. Talk about draw and stuff. We have 3 copies of Quick Study along with 4 copies of Memory Deluge. Memory Deluge is a lot of hard carrying in this deck. This is your primary source of card advantage and lets you dig for the exact answers that you need later on in the game. Quick Study is nice, efficient at 2 mana, sorry, at 3 mana. Simply draw 2 cards. Often you're going to like counter 1, 2, 3, and then 3 you're going to play a card draw spell, and then 4 you're going to either kind of Wandering Emperor or make one of these. Kind of you want to get to that point, or like finding sweepers is important, and we don't have like a great like the Scry 2 draw is interesting, but I'm still on Quick Study at the moment. It's been kind of worth playing around with, but I don't know if I have enough time to get enough reps in to really know. And then our threats. We have 3 copies of the Wandering Emperor, which is also a removal spell, and 2 copies of Jace, the Perfect in Mind, along with kind of this White Sun Zenith, and also kind of some Sunfalls. Wandering Emperor is like the best white card in Standard, I imagine. These Jaces, I was on a 1-1 split, and I've just kind of moved the second one to into the main deck. The +1 ability is actually surprisingly good versus creature decks. Obviously, you're paying life if you want to cast it on turn 3, but sometimes it's just kind of like that investment will get you ahead. And then versus some of the decks where you're kind of really still out into the late game, they can kind of keep up with you somehow. Just being able to go tick up, tick up, tick up, tick up. Alright, I'm just going to mill you for deck is just, hey, solid way to win. We additions that have some mana stuff. We have some Restless Anchorages here. I'm only playing 2 because I've got some other utility lands. I guess we might as well talk about the mana base. I'm still playing these Sunken Citadels, which I'm I'm not bullish on, but I think they're really, really good. Powering both Field of Ruin, I guess both is Field of Ruin, Restless Anchorage, and then also enable some kind of shenanigans with Ottawa and Django at lower mana costs, which is kind of nice. Field of Ruin, super, super important. Obviously, we want to be countering, well, not countering, we want to be blowing up Counter Souls. We obviously, that turns off a large amount of our deck. And then, hey, Restless Anchorage is a nice one to kind of close the game down. Does occasionally block, but you're in a pretty dire situation if that's happening. And the ability to like start attacking with it and then start kind of like, hey, okay, cool, we're going to get some filtering with the maps is pretty nice. Talking about filtering, Meticulous Archive, new land from Karlov, Seville. Really, really nice, and has the basic land types. I'm not playing a lay down arms build. They've not really picked back up steam. I thought they might do with the printing of this. But hey, it's here if we ever wanted to go back that way. What is it? A beach, 4 Adarkar Wastes, just a bunch of lands that will enter untapped later on in the game when we want to be critically doing things like temporary lockdown on turn 3 or one of these on turn 4, an Otawara and a Django, and then 3 plains and 2 island. Yeah. The sideboard, because we will be playing some best of 3 ranked games, we have 1 more Destroy Evil, 1 Disenchant, it's a bit of a catch-all answer to things. We have some creatures here, so 2 Cutthills Flankers and 3 Chrome Host Siege Sharks. In addition to these, we have a Hornlock Whale. Let's just be a bit of a transformative sideboards. We can also board into some, like, hey, surprise our opponent with some stuff. The Cutthills Flankers do a lot of work. You gain and scry a bunch of gaining some life, blocking and scrying you towards your Wrath is pretty awesome. A couple of decks where the graveyard abilities useful, and sometimes you just want a flashlight in your deck, be able to kind of like turn tempo around and close games out. The Chrome Host Siege Sharks, ideally you want to land these and kind of like use this as a way to take over the game. In a match where your opponent's kind of boarded out most of their removal, or all their removal ideally, and you can kind of like, hey, I'm going to resolve this, and then all my counterspell things are going to incubate. Those will eventually win the game. You don't really have an answer to deal with this. Pretty nice. 2 Disdainful Strokes versus Ramp and potentially the control decks. 2 copies of Knockout Blow versus Aggro, super solid. 4 damage, target attacking block creature, you get 2 life. You get to cast it for 1 mana, nice. If you had to cast it for 3, still not that bad, and it's a fairly efficient rate. And then the 2 temporary lockdowns come in by Stagger as well. Farewell, more for ramp strategies and other things, whereas like, hey, it's a bit of expensive breath to be playing versus aggro, but in some matchups, these abilities will just hose everything, and then the lock wall is kind of like a bit of a catch-all, where, hey, we want an extra creature threat, or hey, we need an extra, like, we want to board in knockout blows, and then also have some extra kind of removal to kind of float around with. Hey, I'm kind of trying this out, seeing how I feel about it. So, let's hop into some best of 3 ranked games, which we like. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Alright, first match here with the blue-white. See how it goes. I don't know how many matches we'll go. It probably depends how long they are, but hey. Reason why, but we have lands and spells. Some other interaction. Might struggle a little if our opponent does something super aggressive. As a Cabinet of Souls into Novice Inspector, we are in trouble. That looks like the new Convoke deck. I want to basically try and find a temporary lockdown as soon as possible. We've got 3 tap lands to try do our best to dig for 1 here. If not, we'll need the one remember to get us 3. Destroy Evil, we definitely do not want. Get that out of here. It's going to be hard to get any value out of the gate here. Let's see how good of a start they have. Yeah, with Novice Inspector, this deck's become pretty popular. Okay, Bunnicorn's not super fast. Does also make this Destroy Evil look a bit better, but we still kind of want to get rid of it here. Gonna be hard for us to get out of the gate, so let me just drop the next archive. We've got 2 untapped lands. This Normalize is probably too slow at this point. We need to try and find a sweeper. We've got 2 more untapped lands, which means worst comes to worst, you've got Wandering Emperor coming down. Is of how much damage you take between now and then. Do they have a Glee's Flat position here? They do. That's going to power up the Bunnicorn by a lot. And Novice Inspector at 2, that makes 7, 8. You're not going to have that much time. A second Wandering Emperor is not like the worst possible, but currently facing down 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's lethal. Oh, if we make Jace, we pay 2 life, and then we still take 9. Either way, maybe they sacrifice a clue or something. Yeah, we only have 1 action here. This is rough. This is the best, like, not the very best start, but close to it. They can get. And to be fair, making the Bunnicorn before you make the demolition, has to go here. Is as good as we can hope. Yeah, just sack the clue, right? Not... We are dead on board. Go on, crack the clue. Okay. Let's go to game 2. Right, so temporary lockdown, super good. Some of the cards here like negate, not so great. Some of the more awkward counter spells going to be a little too slow here, so we're going to board kind of accordingly. I want to get rid of this negate. I'd like to get rid of these dissipates. The normal lines aren't too bad on the play, but still not super ideal. The syncopates can be a bit slow, so we've got some tap lands in our deck. I think probably want to cut these like this. We want temporary lockdowns. I'm not keen on this farewell. It's a bit too slow. I think we should probably cut the one we're playing. But let's just make sure what we've got to bring in. The knockout blows want to come through. I believe we want the flankers on 2, and then it's a case of, okay, do we want to bring in like an extra blocker here? Do we want like Hornlock Whale, or do we want to have like Cropo Sea Shark to start kind of like going off that way? And then we start to look like the Jace here, while is okay game 1, we should probably board out game 2. We should have no problem winning the game once we've got control of the board. However, getting there is a bit of a chore. Also the White Sun Zenith here, while yes it's like an expensive wrath, it being able to both gain you lives to get you kind of out of potential reach, and also hey, doubles as a kill condition, I think that's okay. But it is also awkward. The Destroy Evil is like an interesting one, but you could expect them to board into some enchantment-based kind of like cards from their side to kind of shore the matchup up if it goes a bit later. And so I think I'm going to do this. So bring in the Whale, 2 Sea Sharks, the 2 temporary lockdowns, the 2 Cutlass Flankers, the 2 knockout blows, and we're taking out from bits and pieces. I think on a ship like this, the only thing I'm kind of debating on is the last Chrome Sea Shark, but I don't want to get clogged up with them. Got a few different creatures already. I think this is okay. Okay, let's try and claw back game 2 here. We'll get to be on the play, which will help a little bit. That is one of the things that this deck does have a decent amount of tap lands. Like here we're going to lead Deserted Beach, have no lives ready on turn 2. Hey, we've got a flank here. We're going to go ahead and keep this. See what our opponent comes at us with. Battlefield Forge into Novice Inspector. Which is the best start here. And we have a Sea Shark. Think about what they do here. Whether we want to just untap and slam this, or whether we kind of can do that. Buttercorn, we definitely know more lies. Given they've played a Buttercorn, I'm thinking again a bit more about this Chromo Sea Shark. We have a March, which helps deal with some of the some stuff. I think we just slam the Shark here. It's quite tempting to try and like flank here, but this is gonna like, we don't really necessarily want to trade this for Inspector. I think this is fine. We can go ahead and make this. And then when this starts generating blockers as well. Kind of implying that they didn't board into some answers, but like, I don't think they're gonna keep anything around. They can't really afford to. If they stumble on their side, they're gonna be in trouble. Spectre, it's a case of do they have, okay, Epicure. If they have like Demolition here into Convoke Knight, then hey, kind of rough. They do not. Okay, interesting. Oh, we don't have a land. Really want to main phase this quick study. When we go on the game, it's pretty tough. So they're gonna have, if they have the +1/+0 and haste all their creatures, they have 3 from that. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. We get to block one of those things. Use Cutlass Flanker to scry for a land here, but I think we kind of need to. Let's say go. We don't necessarily need tons of lands to operate right this second, and I don't think we can really afford to not interact with them this time. Or, yeah. Alright, cool. Let's pass the turn. They've got clues to sacrifice. We're going to quick study here. See what they've got. We want to find a lands plus wrath, just so we've got a safe spot. Okay, they have Get Lost left in the deck. That's rough, but they can expect some enchantments from our side, I guess, so it makes some sense. Okay, I'll leave this with the no more lines. We've also got this as a blocker. Let's make it Archways and pass back. See what's up. Cavern's tough. Cavern on Vampire. Go ahead and animate this thing. I don't think there's any images that I use. I'm just gonna block it off, it's better. Not taking a chunk of damage. Evangelist. ETB or dies, create a token with flying. Oh, there's Battle Cry as well. We still have the otherworldly. We can't obviously normalize this. And Epicure. Good. I kind of have to do something. And we can necessarily rely on hitting a sweeper. I think we try and stem the bleeding like a little bit, so we couldn't counter this because it's going off the cabin. But hey, here we are. Anchorage, we've got a march here. We can march a 3, get rid of this. Just stop it getting the other trigger. Battle Cry is tough as well. We have one blocker here. That's the plan. Oh, alternatively, we go with the cutlass. We go with the flanker, right? I think either way, we want to make this tap land. We potentially exile or get lost to cast the march if need be as well. It's not ideal, but that's where we are. As it depends what we square into with the flanker as well. Yeah, this Convoke deck's kind of the new hot thing in Standard right a second. It does seem really, really solid. Yeah, we kind of set everything. We cannot let this. This thing gives all other creatures +1/+0, so it's not really an option. We're still going to take a chunk of damage, which is tough. Now we're on 8. Okay, we have a knockout blow, which feels pretty nice. If field, which we want to work in on the cabins at some point. 3-5, 3-6. We can cast both of these. It's fairly reasonable. If we can kill one thing with a knockout blow, and then block one, we can make a big flanker. Or just play the flanker to trade, depending on what they have. I kind of talked about that for the last few turns, but yeah, we can't let this thing attack. And if we can whittle the tokens down away, then this guy lost gets it better as well. Right. It's also possible for us to animate this, maybe. Okay. Right, yeah, that's a scry as well. I mean, we just gain 2 scry too, that seems fine. We could also get this cabin off the battlefield. Just find an island. We'll bottom of the flank if I keep the Wandering Emperor, that'll be really handy. Okay, and I can't waste 7 mana about where we want to be. Not really having an opportunity to use these, but that's okay, I think. Go ahead and pass. Reinforcements first. I guess the other thing about the cow is that we just brought out a reasonable amount of cow as well. So. Yeah, they're just gonna get to do this. But while they're playing the cards out, I think that's actually kind of fine. It does not feel great. There's a load of filtering as well. Yeah, it's getting vigilance is I think we kind of do just make some moves here. This feels bad, but I think it's... They got the scry, so there's not like we can get power up a couple of creatures. In the case of the Wandering Emperor, what else are we going to do here? I'm going to take the opportunity to preserve our little bit, is I think fine. They have to make some decisions about whether they want us to keep it in play or not. I'm just going to go ahead and do this.
I've learned much during my travels.
If it feels like super weird.
We'll
see the ghost. Flanker, by the way, just like as a aside, like not getting hit by lockdown is quite nice. Okay, so they've got a Knight Errant on top. We would like to find a counterspell, but got one coming. Go ahead and try and counter on the flank here. Try and get it to 2 toughness. Okay, cool. We have to get us on top. At this point, I want to put it in the bin. Want to find an actual. There. 1, 2, 3. If they've got this. Let's force them to deal with the Emperor. Alright.
Remember your training.
We can animate and knock out blow here. This is how they want to play with the thing. They're just gonna try and basically probably find a buff creature. Yup. Oh, 1 map token left. Chain Knights is why the next geared. They have the Epicure here too. I think like they can if they want to go Epicure then play another Knight, but using a lot of recent. Using a lot. Another Knight on top. But now, like, if they want to hit this Knight, they have to convoke through it. Probably not going to do that. Ooh. 5 times. Yeah, that's true. They're kind of searching for a sweeper, really. We'll down tick this. They have quite a lot going on.
Must protect the people.
I think we temporarily a lot down. Like, if it's just Knights left over, we can obviously got some stuff to deal with them. But same time. Let's force a shuffle here to stop them drawing the Knight. Yeah. Each player does have to shuffle off a field of ruin regardless of whether you find a one or not. And so, yeah. We still get to do things. But hey. Knight is close enough to the best roll I have. One, 2, 3, 8 things. We can trade these off. I have some favorable blocks, I think. Fortunately, this resolve. Ooh, double Knight, okay. They have all their Hogax. And we're not in like the absolute worst shape. Even if it doesn't look great. It hit sweeper. We'll be pretty happy. Or close enough to happy. Yeah, they're gonna Knight out again as well. Yeah, and they find creatures, so it's not like a big commit. It doesn't seem like a big commitment. But you are still committing resources to the board. On Evangelist. Yeah. Oof. I guess, like, yeah, if we don't hit a sweeper this time, we are dead. They're going to play the Bonacore out? They are going to play the Bonacore out. Okay. And they're going to Knight again. Sure. Okay. Come on, one-time dealer. So, in double Bonacorn. Bonacorn again gets worse once we've, you know, dealt some creatures. Do we want to get off anything? I think we just have to go. Hope we just do hit the sweeper. Draw a new Immortalize. I feel like we've been pretty unfortunate. We have 4 temporary lockdowns, 3 Sunfalls, and a White Suns which would get there. I think of the White Suns? I don't think so. Let's think about it.
Years of training
I'm gonna, like, at this point have to assume that this is a haste and plus almost no card. It could not be. We can knock out blow one of these, we can get lost at rabbit. We can animate rest of anchorage. This thing has an attack ability, but we can't afford to kill it. Oh yeah, we're just totally dead. 4-11. Alright, okay. Well, let's see a game. See for a second match. Alright, second match with blue-white. Reasonable hand. Again, I feel a little jaded after last game, just not hitting a sweeper. And it's not keeping hammer removal, but we do have counters on 2, 3, etc. So I feel kind of okay about it. Are up against another aggro deck again. This bit start. Obviously, this is mono red, awesome. Different. Just gonna lead on the anchorage here. Yeah, game 1 there. Just super fast start from the convert deck. And game 2, we just failed to hit a temporary lockdown or a wrath. Which was a little unfortunate, but it's kind of where we are at. Again here in a bit of a tough spot. If we have to leave open the syncopate this time. If they 1-2-3-S, we're in super trouble. Yeah, getting this exiled is big. Still taking some damage and bleeding, but that's, you know, workable around. Again, like, hey. Control versus aggro. Let's see if we hit our super or not. Okay, bit of a weird one here. We have this debate available. We have this get lost. We want to play to be able to cast a 4-drop, whether that be Memory Deluge or something else. Thinking if we need this 3, we've got this debate. Zero options open. Okay, I'm gonna play this beach. The sleep we're looking for is temporary lockdown, really. And in some form, we need to get another tap on anyway. Alright, animating this. Not the absolute worst. Plan here. I kind of want to use this whisper stuff, but I think that is okay. Getting rid of the mana land as well now, because obviously it's not going to get picked up by whatever sweeper we get to find. Is pretty good. There's some mana left, and use the map token. I'll hit a land for them. We hit an archive, because I guess the best tap land we can draw is still kind of like, hey, we've got Anticipate. We're at 10. Well, in the bin. Have at least a counter spell this turn. We go to at least 7, maybe 6. We've got a map token still. Still a pretty big fist of cards. Maybe the 4 temporary lockdown on the main deck is the way to go. The way things are looking down here. I guess aggro decks are always a little bit more popular on a ladder than anything else. I mean, running around our land is drawing them cards, but at least it's powering the at least it's not powering the swip split. We go to 7. Nothing else going. Alright, we hit Get Lost. The Sunken Citadel helps us with the... I'm going to put this on blue. Helps us with the rest of the hand college later. We are in dire straits here. Nothing on end step at least. Maybe they just have lands. That would be good. That would be great. Scoundrel. There were 3, 2, 4. It's a target with the roll. Like, can I kill more than 2 damage? This represents at least 2 damage. We maybe just don't get to interact with. It does leave them open to slam like a hasty 3-drop here, but we're kind of in that zone right now. So we're gonna go to 5. We're gonna go to 2. Sorry, take 5, go to 2. Don't have a 1. We do not have. Oh, we cannot find a sweeper. We just can't do it. Yeah, Memory Deluge just not get us. It's a temporary lockdown. So once again, we're going to game 2. With the loss versus aggro on. Okay. Lockdown's in. I'm still pretty confident in this way of the sideboard. The lockout blows are going to be better here because the creatures are definitely red, whereas opposed to they could maybe be red. The cloak counter spells are still bad. Is accurate, the negate is still going to be bad. The syncopates are kind of account the play, but I think I actually still want to get rid of them. And then, like, I know, like, hey, we need to draw sleepers. We've got 7 sleepers we can draw 2. White has a little bit more merit versus red, particularly, just because it says the game life text. But it's still not really what you want to be doing. I think I do want to cut it. Jace. Bonus Jace can go. I think we can actually get both. And leave this in. Okay. Alright. One-time dealer. We will play. You land hand, both these come to play tapped. We have like knockout blow early. We've got these double normalize, which should be fairly good. We hit a third land, we get to Street Shark. The White Zenith coming like been doing anything for a little while, but I think we keep it. It is awkward. We're not going to cast one of these on time actually. If we had a 1 untapped land, I think we get there. But hey, go ahead and keep this. I put the deluge on the bottom. Yeah. It's starting with 2 lands. Roll with it. I don't know about this. We'll go ahead and we'll just knock this spirit out straight away. Okay, double temporary lockdown. The third land. That in theory would be pretty good. We shall see. That's kind of the thinking behind the lockdown though. Well, behind the knockout blow first though. So hey, we might not hit this for a while. If I have the third land, you might consider, like, I'm going to hold this and just wait. Lockdown on 3. Actually, a couple of things. Carry on moving. Yeah, here we go. The uncertainty. Alright, we do have a third land. I'm not going to lock down here, but we're kind of open now to going, okay, end the turn, quick study, untap, lockdown, depending on what they have on 3 here. Then we also have March floating around. Kimonos, that'll get picked up. That down to 20. We don't really expect them to have any answers to enchantments here. Alright, cool. This gets passed back across. We can quick study here. Maybe we take some damage to the face. Oh, this time we're fairly okay about just going, alright, slam a lot down. We'll take 2 things and move on. We've got the March round, we've got a flanker about, we've got a Seed Shark. We get to kind of untap, make Seed Shark, and then start kind of doing our thing. That'd be good. And if they have a rapid rebuild, we have another lockdown. Sorry, my voice is a little bit shot. Treasure. We have some lifestyle to play with. We have something we would like to march. And again. It's also something we can kind of walk with a Code Shark in front. 2, 4. I want to make this. If they have to like 2 for 1 themselves to like get squeezed through this, and they have like a removal spell for it, that's fine. Be a little sad if they just have a straight, alright, zap it attack. Urbrass Forge. This card is a hoot. It's this Star Combat. Oh. Alright. I still don't want to exile 2 cards to it. You'll be attack exile here then. We currently don't have a way to exile Squee. I'm just going to put it over another. Force their hand a little bit. Alright, we're at 11. I get sacrificed. Next turn is doing more stuff. Untap. And we have Deluge. We have Get Lost too, but that won't deal with this thing. Okay. Also CMC3 to be clear. You get pick up these things with a lockdown. We're still taking. It's only 2 damage off this time, but they can bring back with 4 cards. Exiling 4 other cards, so they have to. They can't exile it with just a scoundrel. Maybe this is actually the play. Just get these out of the way. He's not really doing tons though. When he comes back. I didn't want to say not that one. Pass, and if they do anything move to combat, we're just gonna zap the forge. Alright, 5 mana. Godric. 2 more permanents enter the battlefield this time. Okay. Not this time. Oh, yeah, it doesn't stop, does it? Shoot. Also, play this to block gives us. Okay, I think that's actually like high key trolling. We can get lost this. Then we can march exiling a card to get rid of this in a turn. Or we can go get lost this. Incubate. I don't want to put this card into the graveyard yet. Case. We're on 9. And I get to use the map tokens. Chandra, we don't have a great answer to right now. We can attack. Well, we can kind of attack it. That one's not fantastic. Here we hit off the archive. Destroy evil. You don't want this. Stop on opponent's first main. Yeah, it's the only thing we can't really stop them going to combat, right? Yeah, this is the way to get around that way. They're drawing Chandra. If they play Chandra, they're not doing that. Have a Chandra.
You know what's great at dispelling darkness? A blazing inferno.
I still want to miss my timing window here. Gonna go. You can exile a lockdown. This also makes the token bigger. It doesn't make it bigger. It means you can cast Flanker as the actual thing that matters. It's only 2. You actual donkey. Oh, I can't believe I've done this. We can activate this thing, which means you can maybe kill Chandra at least. But this was. I actually read it like that and I was like, yeah, they can't break through the Siege Shark. Okay. I was not happy to see just 3 evil because that card is enchant, not effect. I don't know how I feel about boarding in this disenchant though. It's a bit sketchy. We only have 1 copy of March. Do you have other good ways to deal with it? It's Kimano's as well. I think that's a little bit narrow. If you want to change anything up on the draw. They know we have Siege Sharks, but I think that was a triumphant success, really. Alright, I'm going to bring this disenchant in. Bit of a cheaper answer to that. And it does hit some other things in the deck. I expect them to have a bunch of those in the sideboard versus control decks. Something we can definitely lose to. Okay. Do you want to draw a second light source? For sure. However, this looks okay. You do have a second white source. I'm still gonna play this on someone. This is a lockdown game. It's a case of how many hits do we take before we lock down. The nice thing here is if they've got a 3-drop to attack with, we can like knockout blow it and then temporarily lock down the 2 Swift Spears. Seems decent. Pass here. I'm gonna pass here. What I have? Nothing. Alright, we've got lockdown into Wandering Emperor, which is pretty, I don't want to say busted, but it's pretty good. They're the Manland, which is good. It kind of, well, I said about it last time, but yeah, didn't end up punishing us post wrath or anything like that. Alright, Raiju is a good way to kind of break through here. It does also outgrow knockout blow. So we have Wandering Emperor here to deal with this thing. Otawara, floating. You can go like, that is not ideal, but they have an adversary as well. Yeah, we're in trouble. Okay. I had to let them get to combat. This thing attacking today. We also have a Sunfall. We are on 10 life, which is too much. Sunfall exiling the Squeezo is pretty good. And we kind of leave them with a choice of whether if they want to attack the Wandering Emperor with the Mainland or not. We can also make a 2-2. Let this resolve. Go ahead and pound down the Raiju. Was it 12? It takes damage. We're at 5 here. Oh, we have bonus Wandering Emperor. Can I minus this? Do we want to go? They have 1 card in hand. We're at 5. Have this. I really want a Sunfall here. Not foolproof though. Let's Sunfall and then down take Wandering Emperor. This is a blocker for the Unofficial Foundry. Let's see what they've got. Come on. We can call this out. Mono isn't super fun, but it's also not killing us straight away. Okay, untapped land is decent. Does this pump itself like the old ones? No. Attacking. And then also, yeah, a small mana. What unknown card? We have a knockout blow, we have Emperor. We can't cast both of these right now anyway. We pass. With this to activate, we have Memory Deluge to cast. Ooh, that is pretty good for them. End of the world. What are they drawn into? Animate here. Alright, we can Wandering Emperor and then also animate this thing. I don't know what the last card is, but I'm going to go ahead and exile this for life. Alright, we're at 6. Go ahead and animate this thing. Incubate up. Got 2 blockers. This is coming back next turn. We have a card. Who has a monstrous rage. Okay. They're taking some damage. Let's keep it up. They're not dead. I think. All right. two aggro decks where, hey, these temporary lockdowns, if we had 4 in the main, we'd maybe have had a little better, win some of those game ones, but did kind of take the L's there. Came back in the second match, obviously, but hey, I think the build seems pretty good, but it's kind of hard to say without playing some of the other matches. Versus aggro in particular, like, hey, having the temporary lockdowns there, but playing against some of the other ramp decks, it'll be a little bit more awkward. Certainly we saw some of the Caravan Assault stuff going on there, and hey, we are boarding like a lot of counter spells, like the more expensive counter spells, the more awkward counter spells out versus the aggro decks. As far as the sideboard options going, like Flanker was like a little, it was like quite, we ended up having quite a bit to do where like sometimes it can be awkward to like fit Flanker in to our plan. Sea Shark was fantastic. I think he did get answered game in the first match, but like it kind of took over in game 2 of our second match there, when we managed to win both the post-ball games. The knockout blows I think are pretty great, but obviously worse versus non-red decks. Temporary lockdown, when we've drawn it, has been amazing, but hey, the thing is like having like sources of life gain, we just have the Wandering Emperor flying around here, does make us a little susceptible to some stuff. Not having a way to dig towards temporary lockdown, maybe like, because we have 4 Memory Deluge, maybe actually playing a 2 mana and kind of like card filtering card rather than quick study, where we're not like looking to get an advantage, but hey, 2 mana, like scry 2, draw a card, it might be better when we're digging for like trying to find rats and things like that. It's a bit easier to slot in curve wise. And we have, with No More Lies at least, we have quite a lot to do on 2 here. And so maybe that's another improvement we could look at. Yeah, needs a bit more work, I think. I'm going to play with an RCQ with this at the weekend, and so we'll report back, see how well that goes. And yeah, in general, if you're interested in seeing more standard stuff, please do let me know in the comments as well. I have more stuff for Explorer and Timeless in the pipeline as well. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like, subscribe, and share the video around. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Peace out.